Hello, and welcome to episode 117 of the Epic Fail podcast. Before we get started tonight, just wanted to take a second to thank all of our Patreons, donations, and subscriptions here on Twitch. We just want to thank you guys for allowing us to continue to fail.
Warning, this show may contain mature language and is not suitable for small children, pets, or blood elves.
You're now listening to the Epic Fail podcast.
Ow, that hurts.
Damn, someone stole Draven.
Where'd he go? It's an illusion. What are you hiding?
That was, I don't know. I don't even know what that was.
Don't ask me. I just make crap up as I go. Welcome to Epic Fail number 117. I am Driven Dresden most of the time. With me, as always, as you have no doubt have heard by now, the co-conductors of Fail Train. Introducing first, the one who didn't make us late. Jab number one. Scarlett. How are you doing and what have you been up to?
Mythic Pluses, I refuse to do them. So no, it wasn't me. Guess what I did? Oh, wait, before I tell you what I did, I have a story to tell you guys, an epic fail story. Except it's not an in-game fail, it's a real life fail, and it wasn't me. But it was my city who failed. So they have a program. You guys have heard me talk about this. Yes, it is story time with Scarlett. They have a program where there's a mobile truck that goes around and fixes your cat for a fee. But you can get the fee waived under certain circumstances, and I qualified for that, aka make under a certain amount. Anyways, so to get the fee waived, you have to take the forms up to their office, and along with your, we call them T4s, you guys call them something else, it's your tax forms. Anyways, so I did that, in July, and then they're like, okay, 3 or 4 days, and it's approved, you just need, a manager's signature. She approved it already, but she's on the phone, so she can't sign it. But 3 or 4 days, and it'll be done. So, a week goes by, and I don't hear anything. So I call them, and they're like, oh, it's not done yet. So I wait another 2 weeks, and I call, and the girl snaps at me because I told her that 3 weeks is kind of crazy. And she said, you just got to wait more. So then I waited 2 more weeks, and I called the middle of August. And the girl's like, oh yeah, it's approved. You're good to go. Here's your appointment, and you're good. So I'm like, perfect. So I showed up at the appointed place and the appointed time in the rain after sticking my cat in a cat carrier after not feeding him the night before and taking him in the cat carrier in the rain on the streetcar and then a bus and then walking to find out that they didn't have my information on file, and I wasn't supposed to go get my cat fixed. And I'm standing in a parking lot, because it's in a parking lot of a grocery store, if that's not sketchy. And my cat's in the cat carrier. Everybody else has got their animals in their carriers, and they're all approved. And they had to make all these phone calls. Anyways, they did it. So my cat's fixed. But fail on my city for being, losing everything. My appointment, my papers, my cat. So anyways, he's fixed, and he's super lovey now, so that's really weird.
Did you say they lost your cat?
Well, the cat registration and all that stuff. They didn't lose the cat, he's right there. But anyways, that was my Tuesday, so that was a little frustrating. But I mean, how can you fail so many times on a city-run program that supposedly is flawless. Anyways. So, yeah. So my cat got fixed. And they gave him the cone of shame. He was so sad. He kept running into the door a lot. Like a lot. He ran into the door. Anyways, so it is a gaming podcast. So back on track. I got 2 mounts this week. Theory, you were right. I did get 2 new mounts.
Haha.
I got the Paladin class mount, and I got the Warrior class mount. And then I did a little bit of a shopping spree, which I really shouldn't have, because I had another fail. But anyways, I won't go into that one. But I really shouldn't have done this shopping spree. But it's a little late because it's done. So there's a sale on Legion right now. It's $20 off, so it's $30. And it gives you a free boost. And as long as your WoW accounts are all under the same BattleNet, you can use the boost on any character. So I had enough gold to buy 4 tokens. And then 3 tokens. And then I paid for the rest. So I bought 3 Legion accounts because I have 6 WoW accounts because I recruited myself years ago. So I had 3 boosts. So now I have Warlock, Shaman, Mage. No, sorry, I already had the Warlock. She's just leveling. I undeleted her. She was level 90. I have Mage, Shaman, Hunter, plus the Warlock to work on, and then I will only have Rogue left, and all I need to do is move him from one account to the other. So I will have all the class mounts soon.
So to explain that real quick, can you explain to everyone why that worked?
The boost?
Well, the part about how the accounts have to be underneath your actual account.
So you know how, like, if you go into your account settings on the BattleNet page, it shows WoW, and it shows your subscription method, when your pre-authorized comes up or when it renews, whatever. So if you have more than one WoW account in there, and all you have to do is register it with the same BattleNet, you just make a new WoW license. As long as it's under the same BattleNet. So on your launcher, when you hit play, just above it, and it says WoW 1, you open that tab up, and it'll say WoW 2, 3, 4. In my case, WoW 6. Hey, all of those were bought with the $5 battle chest, so it's really not a lot of money that was spent there. But anyways, so you just go in to, so like my WoW 2, I went into WoW 2. I made a level 1 character because this is how I figured out it was the way to do it. You have to activate that account, but you don't have to pay for it. You just have to make a level 1 and have a trial account. So that way it knows that your account is technically active. So you make a level 1, you log out, you upgrade the account, and then you log into your first WoW account, and the boost icon pops up. And you can boost. So I now have some random level 1 characters named from the keyboard, just, And I can't delete them because there's that stupid heirloom in the mail that won't delete.
How do you say that again?
I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, I have, there's an invasion after the podcast, so I gotta go take like 4 characters through an invasion. That'll be fun. That'll take forever. Because they're like, I level 600 and something. It's gonna be painful. So, anyways, I also played some Diablo, and I played some Hearthstone with Adventure. The Adventure is amazing. I have not defeated the Lich King with all its classes. However, did you guys see, you probably didn't, but did you see the clip of Ben Brode trolling Tice today with the Lich King? Okay, so it's Gamescom, Now, when you fight the Lich King, he does something really mean. So you have to fight him with every single hero, but he does something different with every hero. He has a new interaction. So Ben Brode was like to Tice, he was like, pick a class, pick Hunter and go be, test the Lich King. And Tice is like, I sense that something's happening, but I don't know what, but I'll do it anyways. And Ben Brode, you can see Ben Brode, he's like sitting slightly behind Tice, and his eyes keep wiggling like he knows he's doing something. So Tice picks Hunter, and then he cues into it, and then the Lich King is like, oh, I'm going to deal 2 damage to your face for every minion in your deck. And then Tice died horribly, and Ben Brode just like exploded in laughter, and it was awesome. So I haven't tried the Lich King yet, but I did all the other wings of the adventure. And if you beat the Lich King with all the classes, you get a new paladin hero. So your paladin turns into, instead of Uther, you get to be Arthas. Before he was the Lich King, you get Arthas, the good guy, the blondie, the cutie. So I'll eventually do that once I get a whole bunch of deck lists on the internet that show you how to do it step by step. Anyways, that was a lot of talking. So somebody else should talk. How are you guys?
Well, we'll get to me momentarily. I'm just going to skip the funny intro that I was going to do for Theory and to say, hey, Theory, why were we late?
So I guess you could say that was mostly my fault. We had, what do we have? We had like a good 25 minutes before we were supposed to start. And how much do we have? Okay, we had 45 minutes. I thought that's how long we were in there. So we should have been able to finish this.
You had half an hour.
Regardless, we should have been able to finish this mythic dungeon relatively easily, even though it was a 10 before start time, or at least pretty close to start time. That was the plan. Turns out it didn't go as well as we had hoped, and mainly my fault. Grievous, if you don't have a tank that remembers not to pull until the healer finishes healing everyone's Grievous off, it's kind of a pain on level 10. So you can't really ignore it. And there was a couple pulls that a couple other people pulled the next group, but there was like 5 or 6 pulls where I just pulled the next group and didn't give our healer a chance. So Astara, you rock. I'm sorry. I know that sucked.
I think she went to go drink into oblivion.
Yeah, she said something like that. But yeah, she is actually a member of Vex's raid team, raids with Galv on the other server. It was her and her husband, and Galv and myself and Murder. And we finished it, not anywhere near in time, but we did finish it. So in case you didn't know, for those that are actually watching now and for the people who catch our episode this week before the reset, if you do a level 10 Mythic Plus this week, you get 15 level plus 5 gear on Tuesday. So like 930, 935 gear on Tuesday. Hey, see, she's here.
Hey.
Thank you. She did well, especially considering how bad the rest of us did. But yeah, if you do that this week, especially on your mains or on your rating tunes, it's definitely worth doing. However, next week, your 15s will be much harder than they were before, and your 10s will be harder than they are now. So be prepared for that. We're going to talk about some of that stuff later. But before we go too much further, I actually have a couple of things that I wanted to share for this week. Bear with me. All right, here's the first one. Yes, that's right. RIP CTM. Convert to Mythic is no longer, which is a bummer. So forgive me. But that was the major rating thing for this week. CTM has decided to call it quits, mainly due to problems having to recruit more people because we dipped down below 20 again, which we did previously a Nighthold and recruited a bunch of people, and we had a pretty solid team going, and we're making progress again. But we had about 5 or 6 people in the past week and a half who either because of real life things just can't raid anymore or decided to switch to more progressed teams, which is unfortunate because, it's once you get to that mythic level, a lot of people really have an expectation. And if whatever reason you're not able to get to where you're supposed to go, they oftentimes will look for other teams, which I can understand. Still sucks though. The real life things, there's nothing you can do about it. It happens to everybody. So, you can't really complain about that, but it just kind of sucks because we had a chance to be, top 2 or 3 on the server as far as mythic ratings go, as far as progress goes, but we never really got it because of the fact that we had so many issues with attendance and having to recruit new people. So that frees me up. No longer 3 raid teams, just 2 raid teams for now anyway. Sticking with the chickens and with the fire department, of course. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Other stuff, we're going to talk a lot about Gamescom, so I'm not going to talk about that too much yet. But also just a thought out to all the guys and gals and families that are on the Texas coastline who are getting hit with the hurricane right now. Hopefully, if you are a listener of ours and you're in that area, that you're safe and you're okay and you'll make it through. My thoughts are with everyone who is getting smacked with the hurricane for sure. But other than that, man, Draven, how was your week?
Well, how do I follow that? One, I will second your thoughts are with the people in Texas, with the exception of the lawmakers. It's a weird distinction to make, but they voted against helping people with Hurricane Katrina. So screw them guys. They can deal with them themselves. But the rest of the people, hopefully people actually get help. It's just the lawmaker people don't need it. They can deal with it themselves. I know I'm weird. That being said, game-wise, it's been a weird week. A lot of Overwatch, mostly Lucio Ball, but not entirely. I haven't done any competitive. I need to do that here in the next few days because got like 3 days left as of recording time to do those, and would be nice. Beyond that, some heroes. I'm still sticking with I'm not touching Hero League this season just to get that MMR reset to not need that second account for getting stuff. And then with WoW, we got a boss, a new one, I think, right?
Yeah, we
Host?
did. We did.
We did. We got host.
Yeah, we got a new boss. And of course, like 2 seconds before the boss kill, my internet died. So I'm literally worthless for the last few seconds. I mean, we had the boss kill. It wasn't a big deal. But my entire internet just shut down. And when it finally came back up, all the loot had been given out and all that fun stuff. I was like, was there anything I could have used? They're like, no.
Did you get credit for the kill at least?
I don't know. I haven't had the heart to look. But
as long as your character was still in the raid and wasn't offline, you should have got credit for
Yeah,
it, which I think you were.
Yeah, my character should have still been there because it was literal shut down.
See, if you actually used your mic during raid nights, we would have
It
known
wouldn't have
that.
helped.
Well, yeah, but we would have known that you weren't talking, so something might be wrong. But since you're normally silent, nobody realized when you weren't there.
I talk every now and then. The fact that I was just standing there should have been a hint that something went wrong.
Not really. No, you like to stand in.
It was a boss fight, not trash. Yeah. That being said, I think I got it. I got heroic legs because no one else wanted them, and they ended up Titan forging.
So I don't know if no one else wanted them. I'm pretty sure there was at least one other person that wanted them.
You gave them to me saying no one else really wanted them because I was like, this will be a better force set for me, so I can use the best in shot.
Right. There was
slot shoulders.
There's someone else that wanted it for a normal to heroic upgrade. So there was at least one other person that wanted them.
Yeah. Well, I waited until after the raid was over to even hit the button, just in case I had to give them away. And then when I finally hit the button, I got the 930, which was equal to the other legs that I had that had worse stats on it. So it was like this big upgrade. And then it moved my 4-piece over to a better 4-piece, which means I could use the best in slot shoulders, which was a 39% upgrade from what I had. And I was like, yeah.
Well, it was that big of an upgrade because you don't use the gear when you get it, except for last week.
Well, he waits till he can go from like last on the meters to like second on the meters.
No. What it was, same as I said before, I couldn't get rid of my old 4-piece until I got a new 4-piece. It didn't matter. They could have been LFR 4-pieces, and yes, I was running LFR, but I couldn't get rid of one without having the whole set. And then there's a specific 4 that you roll for best in slot. And I'm almost there. But yeah, other than that, game-wise, that's been it. Scarlett had story time, so I'll do random story time, but I will give you no details whatsoever, except to say that I was propositioned not once, not twice, but 3 times by 3 different people, and that was really strange. And yes, I said no to all of them.
I don't know what to say.
You don't need to do story time there, Theory. That's the entire story.
I was making it for the future.
I usually don't go to story time.
All right.
But yeah, that was weird. And no, just no.
PSA. Something hit on Draven. I didn't say it. I don't know what I just said.
Okay, so it's not that it happened. It was just one that, kind of that it happened, but that it happened 3 different times by 3 different people who, as far as I know, had no access to each other at all.
So,
as far as you know,
that was weird.
You remember how we've like there was the thing that we did in order to try to send the Got Milk books all to Swayze/Jake.
Yeah.
Do you suppose someone put these people up to it? Is that what you were thinking?
It honestly didn't cross my mind till now. Thanks. I actually had some self-esteem there for a moment.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe someone pushed them.
It's entirely possible, but I don't think that they were being. I think they were being serious. But either way, my answer was no. So.
You sound sad about that.
No, it's not sad. I was just running out of air in my lungs. Yep. So yeah. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to go through tonight, and we started late, so I say we just get going.
This is the Blizzard news you can use. So, there was this thing this week.
I think it's called Gamescom, with an M at the end.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Gamescom with an N at the end. I don't know if that's.
That Silly went to.
Yeah, and they announced some stuff, like
lots of stuff.
Lots. Like this guy in Heroes, this Kel'Thuzad guy, which apparently a lot of people wanted.
The last boss in Naxxramas. He's also in Warcraft 3, which is where he originated and all that fun stuff. And he's been on my list of people that I've wanted to see for a while, just because every other, like Dota, which is based off of Warcraft characters, has this. They have this kind of character somewhere. And so we were just like, when do we get it? When do we get it? When do we get it? It was either Gamescom or BlizzCon. That's the only 2 places someone who is this wanted would ever show up. And we got him at Gamescom, and it's like, yeah! And he looks like fun.
So I gotta say, I've given Heroes an awful lot of credit for trying to tempt me to play. This one does not make me want to play. It's like the first thing they've done in a while that does not make me want to play. So I guess
we'll get to something
oddball.
that might. I know there's something coming up that will change that to, this might actually get me kind of want to play. We'll get to that here in a bit. But yeah, he's a mage who does no damage at the beginning. Well, he does damage, but not a lot. He's more CC mage at the start. But once you complete your quests, he turns into, holy crap, this guy sucks for your opponent.
Yeah, some of his abilities are here on screen. Death and Decay, Frost Nova, Chains of Kel'Thuzad. What is that one? Chains of Kel'Thuzad.
Okay, so Chains of Kel'Thuzad. You'd have a skill shot to hit something. It wraps that character or building or whatever you hit in chains. You then have a second skill shot from that target, and if it is another hero, like if you hit a hero, they have the chains on. And you hit another hero, both heroes come together, and they both get stunned for like half a second or something like that. If you chain a hero to a building, obviously the buildings aren't going to move, so the hero, boom, right into the building.
Too bad you can't have add-ons and heroes. You could have the Beatles come together every time that will come together. It'd be awesome.
You can probably modify sound files in the game for your own side, but it wouldn't affect everyone in the game. But
what is Shadow Fissure?
Shadow Fissure is his first heroic / ultimate. It's basically this puts this area on the ground, and after a certain amount of time, it explodes. It's similar to Diablo's Apocalypse. Is the closest thing I can think of in terms of what's already in game.
Cool.
Which is basically circles on the ground, and then boom. The difference here is Diablo does a smaller version of it, like under every enemy. This one is one big one under one enemy, but you can talent it to literally chain itself if people don't move. Boom, it hits somebody. Okay, it goes again. Boom, it hits someone. Okay, it goes again. Boom, it hits somebody. It goes again. It could do that. That would mean you're playing against someone who's an idiot or AFK, but still.
So I think this is the thing that you were telling me that I'd be excited for. Well, you guys remember that way back when Jesse Cox was talking all the smack about Jaina being a dreadlord, and we jumped on the bandwagon with that, and we talked a lot about it, and Ian actually said that no, we haven't heard from Jaina. We might hear something later, and then bam, Jaina's dreadlord. In Heroes, she's dreadlord, and this is 4 of the skins. If you're watching the video, you can check them out.
All 4 tints so far. They'll add more later, but
which for those that are just listening, there's one that's kind of a fell green with giant wings and horns, pretty badass. There's a purple and gold theme, which is similar to her normal look. There's kind of an ice look, which is pretty cool looking, if you ask me. And then the other one is still kind of purple, but it's a little darker. It's like a darker red purple.
That's the one I'm going to be buying whenever this goes live in 9-10 days.
Well, I definitely think this is cool. And I like the fact that Heroes takes a risk like this, because even though supposedly it's not canon, according to Ian, that no, this is not canon. She's not a dreadlord. It's not happening in WoW. I still don't fully believe that, but that's what he said at Gamescom. I like the fact that Heroes is having fun with it. I think that's pretty neat. And I kind of feel like they need to do something for Jesse Cox for really kind of making this happen, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we haven't been able to see, like, the skins have little, like, if you go into the game, if you highlight the skin and all that, there is little bios under it. They might throw a little mention in there, but so far, pretty much everyone knows that he's the originator of it.
Hopefully that's not what they call it, Cal. I really hope they don't call it that.
No, it is. They're called Dreadlord. Dreadlord Jaina.
Yeah, see, Draven's trying to keep a straight face. If he read chat, I don't think if he could keep the straight face. What were you going to say, Scarlett?
Actually,
I was going to say, off topic but on topic, did you guys know Jesse Cox is engaged?
No, I had no idea.
He is.
Congrats to him, I guess.
He is.
Alice Hunter says after the job he did at the Warcraft premiere, Jesse Cox can just go away.
That's kind of true.
I was gonna ask if he was engaged to the actress who he
No,
was getting
he's
on.
not. No, he's not.
That would be funny. All right, so the next...
If that actually had happened, I think people would have been like, okay, whatever, what happened back then, and not cared anymore.
Yeah.
But you know.
No, he was a. Anyway, let's just move on. There's a couple other big things that came out of Gamescom that were not WoW related. The first one, we kind of called on our previous show, which was Junkertown. There is a video which we are not going to show, which it kind of highlights the addition of Junkertown. Although it doesn't really show the map off in the video at all. If you haven't seen it, it's cinematic. It's funny. And it highlights both Junkrat and Roadhog, so which we totally said they were going to do last week. So awesome. And then there's also a map, which if you're watching the video, you can check this out. There's a couple of pictures from the map actually on the screen. It, to me, kind of looks like a cross between... oh, shoot, I'm forgetting the names. There's a city, like Kings Row, I think is the name of it. And then there's also the one that has the big canyon that's currently in the game, Route 66. If you were to kind of combine those two, that's kind of what this looks like to me from the pictures.
With the graphics of Borderlands.
Yes, that's a very good description. But I'm excited to play it. Those are two of my favorite characters, although I don't play them that much. So
Junkrat is just like the bomb.
Well, they just buffed the hell out of him too, so like he's gonna be...
Get it? He's the bomb.
He's gonna be the mini bombs. But Draven, you had a comment about the video that I thought was interesting. Why don't you tell us about your comment?
Which one?
That you thought it was Cowboy Bebop and a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Okay, so yeah, that was definitely my take on it. Was the intro? It looked a lot like it was inspired by, and it was confirmed it was by Cowboy Bebop, the anime. And there was another one that I can't remember the name of, but he confirmed it was the intro was based off of both of those. So, and it just because it's Junkrat, Looney Tunes was the other thing that I gravitated to for what, like the feel of it, like the Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoon.
Yeah, I definitely equated it to that. It seemed like that. The only thing I wish they would have done is in the cinematic shown more of the actual Junkertown, which, not to spoil anything majorly. But
Video was really detailed.
Scarlett's internet's being a little uncooperative, so we didn't really hear that.
Oh,
Draven, are you telling me to play this thing? Is that what you're telling me to do? All right, well, it's going to take me a second, so talk amongst yourselves.
All right, so basically it's the story of Junkrat and Roadhog. They got kicked out of Junkertown, and they want to get back in to blow it up because it's Junkrat. What else would you do? And so he's like, we'll go through a plan. And I love that you got the fourth wall break, that he's just talking like, okay, this is what the plan is. And then Roadhog is like, no, over and over and over until the plan that Junkrat says is sufficient. But my favorite moment of the entire thing was when Junkrat finally lit the fuse. And he just, it was so funny to me. It was perfect.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. What was it you think got us the boot? Stealing the Queen's cash? Blowing up her summer sack? The beatdown at the bar? Whatever it was, you really ticked off the big boss this time. I don't think they're gonna let us back in. No! Well, there's two things that solve every problem. Money and explosives. I've got an idea! Boom! Gotta get money, gotta get bombs, gotta get home to town.
And this is the part that was definitely inspired by Cowboy Bebop. Just the way it's set up and all that. It was,
The look on the Queen's face.
that was the first thing I thought of.
Exactly who double-crossed
All right, so how much do you want to play here, Mr. Draven? Are we going to let it go for a little bit?
So you
Oh, no, well,
blew it all
this isn't what I linked you, but
Oh,
All right.
now I'm confused then. All right.
what I had linked you was Taryn Gregory doing the song.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna click on that on the Twitter thing.
Well, I can do that, but that's going to be another minute. Hold on. Doing. Oh, okay. All right.
Am I still lagging, by the way?
No, you are
No,
not.
you're good.
Okay, here's the other thing. I'm going to have to like let it play for a little bit here.
Boom! Gotta get money, gotta get bombs, gotta get home to Junkertown!
Okay, the face at the end was was pretty good, for sure. But yeah, that's not what I thought you wanted me to play.
But to be fair, the first video you played was pretty awesome too.
It was. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely was great. Both of them were great. We got permission from him specifically that we could play it on the show. I didn't think there would be an issue, but just to be safe.
Yeah. So very cool, but that was not everything from Gamescom. There was also another video which we are not going to play, which was super.
It's only 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it's just like, a movie, like an hour and a half or something. But it.
Yeah. And we're not really promoting demons on the show this week.
She's
so.
not a
Damn.
demon. I don't know why you
We
call her a
just
demon.
talked about Jaina the Dreadlord. What are you
Exactly.
talking about?
There's the demon. So amazing cinematic just came out. If you remember, there was a time when everyone hated Bastion, and then this cool video came out
Today.
that was all about how cool Bastion was and how he's basically a soldier that has PTSD and it just made you just love Bastion, right? At least most people that have a heart. So Draven doesn't have one of those. So that happened. And then now pretty much everyone hates May for a really long time, unless you happen to be a May main, in which case you totally love May. And then they come out with this video, and now how can you hate May anymore? I can't. It was a good video.
She's so cute. I've always liked May. I just hate people who play May.
She's very hard to play against if you're not really good, and I'm not really good, so I don't like playing against May.
No, I don't like playing against her. I just like her character backstory.
Yeah, the video for the backstory, which is totally what it was fantastic. Not going to spoil anything, but it's another one of those kind of tear-jerker overcoming kind of videos. So if you hate May, or you're kind of on the fence on whether or not you really want to hate May, you should watch the video, because it was good.
Draven's waving. Hi, Draven. How are you?
He's definitely in the hate May camp.
I'm still on the hate May. And you said no spoiler, so I can't make my joke.
Well, it's
totally
like
didn't rip
it's
off.
like a 3-hour movie, Draven. We don't want to spoil this like 3.5-hour movie for people that want to watch it. I mean, after all, that could be their whole day of fun, and you're just going to spoil it.
Yeah, I'll be nice, but I totally didn't steal a joke from somebody else and wanted to use it.
I don't know what you're talking about. So earlier in chat, Alessander actually touched on one of the other big non-WoW things that was out of Gamescom, which is the Haka.
The Haka.
I don't care. That's how I say it. Because I'm wrong, because I don't play this game. But yeah, new co-op commander, and apparently he eats things. From what Alessander said in our chat, that he just like eats turrets and stuff. But it's it looks kind of creepy as hell. Not something I'd want to face in real life for sure. With his
Yeah, in real life that would not be a fun thing to go up against.
no,
In a
that
game,
definitely
okay,
looks like a
whatever.
horror thing to me.
Tentacles. That's a lot of tentacles.
Well, he's got like these hands with really long claws and this weird tentacle tail with a spike on the end.
Oh, are those hands? They're really
Yeah.
creepy.
He's got like
And
four
then he's got
arms. Yeah.
he's got 2 arms on the right, one of which is cut off at like the elbow. But he as Alessandro just said, he's also in Heroes.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see a lot of this kind of thing, but I do know that you go around, you collect essence, and you basically choose how you evolve and how your character will change in the middle of the game. So you do get multiple possible play styles with this character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does have an ability later on that he can kill one minion or one something. I don't think he can kill a commander, and he gets to basically take some form of an ability they had and use it himself. So
Pretty cool.
That's a little scary.
Yeah. Cal said it's an Edward Scissorhands / alien hybrid. Fitting.
I approve.
Yeah.
As a fan of all 3, Edward Scissorhands, Alien, Dahaka, I approve of this.
Yeah, so that is the majority of non-WoW stuff that we have for this week.
Ah!
All right, so
You guys totally forgot Hearthstone and the Hearthstone
We
cinematic.
you
didn't
totally
forget that.
need to look at the notes and add in the stuff that you totally don't want us not to forget to talk about.
I always assume it's there. I forgot to look at the notes.
So
Okay,
what,
But,
so
I
you
think it's on
pres-
purpose.
That I leave out Hearthstone just to
I'm kidding,
mess
I'm
with
kidding,
you?
I'm kidding.
it's not just her, it's Galv too. He totally doesn't like it when we forget Hearthstone.
All right. So Hearthstone had a cinematic. I
Uh-huh.
am going to make my joke on this one.
Which I called, by the way. But go ahead, keep going.
I am going to make my joke on this one. It is basically, I'm stealing this one from Reddit, so it's not my own. It is proving canonically that Hearthstone is nothing but the fever dream of a dying girl from hypothermia.
Yep.
So,
I agree
that's
with Alessander.
gross.
I agree with Alessander. What was the point of the video?
The video.
It was to say, hey guys, Hearthstone is fun. Which, if you like it,
Just shut up for a second. They announced a new series coming out. That was the point of the video. There's a new series featuring this girl and her Hearthstone adventures.
So what is it? What does the series got to do with the actual game?
What do the cinematics have to do with the game? It's just it's little animated
Well,
shorts about the game. I didn't mean cinematics, I meant animated shorts.
I'm glad you asked, because the animated shorts tell the backstory for Overwatch. So each one of those tells a backstory of one of the characters, since there's no story and it's a PvP game. This is a story of a girl
Yeah.
who plays Hearthstone. It's
Yeah.
not about Hearthstone. It's about the girl.
Yeah, but it's gonna be. You know how like when you look on YouTube and you see the clips, the little animated Hearthstone clips from like raunchy animations. They also do the Overwatch ones, and they're just like not 10 minute, like 30-second clips of a little funny interaction. So it's the same kind of thing.
Galv just dove right into the non-PC land, so I'm not going to read that comment. Let me just say, that if this video was aimed to try to get a broader audience for Hearthstone, that's a big goal to try to reach. I feel like it was an amazing video. If you happen to listen to what the Instance did when they were doing their little take on what was happening at Gamescom, they were both very impressed with it. Scott Johnson and Patrick were talking about it, and they both multiple times said, wow, this is like Disney, which to me is a huge compliment for how good the video was. I just don't understand. It didn't push the game forward. It just seems like a really long advertisement for the game to me.
Well, think about the little YouTube clips that were on the launcher a while back with the real life people dressed up as Arthas or Uther
Mulligan?
in the office.
Yeah, Mulligans. Mm-hmm.
That didn't serve any purpose. This is
They
just
were
an
also
animated...
only, like-
Yeah, but they were like commercial length, like
Yeah,
really.
that doesn't mean that these are going to be a gajillion length of time. That thing was only, what, 3-4 minutes long?
It was like 10. Since I'm over exaggerating everything, it was about an hour and a half, Scarlett. No, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 minutes long, which is way too long for a commercial. And correct me
cute.
because I'm probably wrong, but I want to say it was at least 5. You know, and a commercial is normally like 30 seconds.
I'm YouTubing this right now. Let's see
Yeah, just-
how long it is.
5 minutes, 48 seconds.
Which is too long for a commercial.
It's not bad.
Commercials are usually 30 seconds.
The live things were about that long, 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was as long as the Dark Hard ticket plus 10. And I said ticket. Wow, utter failure. So I don't know. I wish they would have done something that good that actually was something new in the game. I would have liked to have seen this character, girl with her rat, actually being something in the game.
Well, we just had an expansion released a week before Gamescom.
I get it. So
that's a little early.
Why not make the amazing video be about the expansion?
Because they kind of already did that.
I don't remember an amazing video coming out about the expansion.
The whole
The theme
month-long
music,
hype
yeah.
before the expansion.
The whole intro is like, this is, Knights of the Frozen Throne, not Dreadlord, Death Knight Jaina, and
Ice
everyone's a
Cream,
Death Knight. That one was
whatever.
cool.
Ice
But
Cream
yeah,
Citadel was awesome.
I'm not nearly as hard on the video as Theory's being. I thought it looked great. But I am also with Theory. I don't understand the point of it, other than, hey, it's pretty.
If this would have come out in its current iteration when the game was brand new, it would have totally made sense. The timing for the theme is weird to me. But, I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. It was great.
The song, most of it was okay, but they had things in there that were saying their lines and not singing their lines, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Visual-
like cartoons?
Visual.
Yeah.
Pixar
Pixar style cartoons I really enjoy, actually. Not all Disney, but pretty much any of the Pixar ones.
But this was a Pixar style one.
Yeah. Again, it's not that I don't like the video. I just don't understand how it relates to the current state of the game. The video was good. The video was very good.
I don't know the point of the video.
Yeah. Blizzard makes great videos, like Alessandra said.
Yeah, I mean, it was gorgeous. I'm not going to take anything away from that.
It was just kind of weird.
It was well made. It was gorgeous. All that blah 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 blah. Fan service, all that fun stuff. But to what point?
Right.
Like,
if it's just to announce some comic books, it seems.
I mean, the Overwatch cinematics that like the May one or even the Junkrat one we just got, Bastion, all that. Character backstory.
Now, what Gal just said, the point was to introduce new characters, which if that's the case, if there's going to be new original characters in the game, I'm cool with it, but that does not, like, we don't have the little girl with the rat playing the game now. If we did, then I would totally understand. It makes sense. And it would be a great idea. But we don't know that that's the case because that hasn't happened yet. So we'll see. But here's our rant of the week. Did you have anything else Hearthstone related that you wanted us to cover, Scarlett?
Nope.
Okay.
It was pretty, though.
It was a nice looking video. I don't want to bash on the video itself. I just don't think that it makes sense compared to where the game is right now. Like, if they'd have put that much effort into a video for Ice Cream Citadel, that would have been awesome. But anyway. All right, so let's move on to some WoW stuff.
World of Warcraft.
So Ian was over there and
made this both sad and happy because he was so far away and on screen.
Was it just me, or did he look a little tired?
He looked a lot tired.
It
Poor
was
guy.
like
Poor guy.
he was like, it was a 9-hour, 10-hour time difference from what he's used to. I'll forgive the little tired. He's been busy.
I'm betting he doesn't sleep very much, because he definitely looked a little tired. But we had talked about what we thought was going to be announced, and we were wrong on Jaina. They didn't talk about Jaina and WoW at all, even though she was in Hearthstone. We were wrong on the expansion announcement, but
you were wrong.
Let me
I said they
clarify.
weren't.
I didn't say they were going to release an expansion. I said they may release a teaser trailer, but
yeah, that's what I said too. Teaser trailer. That didn't happen. Draven did not say that. But they did talk an awful lot about 7.3, which all three of us said. And that pretty much, that announcement's out of the bag already. If you haven't found out, I'm sorry for you. You should already know. But it is coming on Tuesday. 7.3 is coming out. There's a bunch of changes. We've got a few different slides here, so we'll talk about a couple of things, but we probably won't dive in too much to all of it because there's a lot, and you should read the many notes that are already out there, including a lot of class-specific changes as well. It brings us Argus. There's going to be major storylines in order to get there. No spoilers, but you will be going there. There will be new invasion points, which is a little bit spoilery. But the way that this works is instead of you going to a World Quest area, you go to an area that imports you to somewhere else in the universe, and you do your World Quest somewhere else in order to stop the spread of the Legion.
AKA Diablo Greater Rift.
Yep. There is a new dungeon, seat of, I don't even know, how do you pronounce this? Triumvirate? Okay, that sounds way better than what I would have said.
Triumvirate.
Triumvirate. So what's, okay, what is it just going to be Tri? You guys want to go run Tri? Is that what? Because then nobody's going to say it.
Let's go try.
Did you say SOT?
It's going to be SOT. SOT.
Seat of the Triumvirate. Okay, yeah, SOT. You want to run SOT? Yeah, SOT. Okay, I like it. That's coming. There is previews available if you want to spoil that for yourself on all the regular sites like MMO Champion, for example. Moving a little bit faster. We also have a bunch of updated features. There's new Argus World Quests. They have added in the ability to get your Paragon rep on the Broken Isles as well. Artifact customizations changing because of the Netherlight Crucible. The short version of that is you're going to be able to add extra, I guess you would say almost affixes or traits to your relics through a lot of grinding. Combat animations will be in the game for changes to all three mage specs, all three priest specs, elemental and restoration shamans have updated
all casters
animations.
except for warlocks.
But some of them, the first couple that I mentioned, actually have new sounds as well. There's new class hall champions and missions. They're going to follow you there. We talked about the dungeons.
Are we going to get more champion slots?
That's a great question. I think one.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure.
Problem. If we get another one, I'm okay with getting more champions.
I think one. But I know your champions come with you, and you will now do your missions from the Argus hub. Dungeons actual gear that it's dropping changes. It goes up. Normal will now drop 845. Heroic drops, I can't see it, 865, and Mythic starts at 885, which is part of the reason why we talked about Mythic Plus and running them this week. Keystones will also start dropping. Instead of 910, they'll be 915. And 935 is the new max in your weekly, which is why if you do at least a 10 this week, you'll get a 935 piece on Tuesday. There's some changes to pet battles, new profession stuff coming out, new actual...
I'm excited about the pet battle stuff. What's coming?
It's funny to me
What's the changes?
because I was going to skip right over that, and you
I noticed.
Yeah. So now I have to read really small writing.
No, I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
There's a pet battle dungeon coming, which is... No, there's not. There is the new collect all the pets in raid achievement coming, and it's all the kata stuff.
Rating with leashes, cuticlism.
Yes, cuticlism. And there is like 10 new trainers, something. There's new trainers and new pets to catch, and I believe rewards for doing so. I'm excited. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's what's coming.
So it's 18 legendary bosses scattered around Argus that they've added for the pet battles as well, which is kind of crazy. Go to the next one here. The achievements for a couple of different things have changed. Like, for example, tablets, you used to have to put them on. Tablets, now you just have to have acquired them. One of the biggest changes is artifact knowledge will automatically be 41 beginning next week, and will go up by 1 automatically every week without you having to do any type of research, which is part of the reason that switching mains or leveling alts or playing alts will become much easier. Class halls research got changed as well, so basically most of them are in half when you're actually going through your class hall and leveling it up. Companion app was updated for those changes. Bunch of different item changes. Hidden appearances are changed a little bit as well. So for example, if you're using, say you happen to have the epic flail, and you're doing dungeons to try to get the special version of the epic flail, you no longer have to have that actual visual appearance equipped when you're doing it. It'll work for any of them, which is a big deal, especially for things like PvP. Certain ones didn't quite, they weren't common, but now it doesn't really matter anymore. So for example, Prop Paladin wasn't really a hot thing to play in PvP, but you could play Ret and you could still get it now, for example. Let's see what's next. Player versus player, there's a few changes as far as the cloak rating requirement increased to 2300. Pets in PvP are now immune to taunt effects, which I didn't really know that was a problem. Broken Shore offers emissary quests now, which goes along with your new rep system with them that we've had in all the other zones. And then there is going to be a new summon random favorite pet button, which I'm sure Scarlett will use a lot.
Well, it's not really going to make a difference because you can just make a macro that's /summon random favorite pet.
Well, now you don't need a macro. Now you have a button.
Yeah, but I don't use that. So, like, that whole pet window, I have how at the bottom you probably don't do this, but this week, like, it's the pet battle week and you can do the PvP 5 dungeons or 5 people, and at the bottom of your pet window you hit find battle. I have that macroed, so I don't have to actually open that window to find a pet battle. So I never use it. So that really is just going to be helpful for people who don't know how to make a macro, or rather Google search a macro.
Or don't
because that's what I did.
Actually take pet battle seriousness enough
Dude, I have
do that.
318 pets left out of my 874 to get leveled max.
Scarlet is the queen of Pokemon.
No, Dez is way higher than me. I'm trying to catch up to Dez.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's only a couple other ones on here that are kind of big. The mountain pet unlocks have a new unique toast, which means I guess they're going to make a different sound and look a little bit different when they happen. Kind of weird.
I think because right now it just looks like when you loot something, it's the same. So I think it'll just look differently so you got something. The
dressing room is now larger. The shop has a new checkout interface, which is good because it looks really old. And you can now left and right with the move pad accessibility feature. I don't know what that is, but if it's accessibility feature, most people won't know what that is. All right. Well, that's most of the stuff. But more importantly, what are you guys excited about for Tuesday? Draven, what are you excited about for the new patch?
Logging in around 6 p.m.
Do you really think it's going to be that late?
No,
I don't think
it
it'll be quite
hasn't
that
been
late.
that late in ages.
Yeah, I'm making a joke there. New stuff. Anytime there's new stuff in there, I mean, depending on what it is, I always want to see it. This happens to be new story stuff as opposed to like, oh, we can go farm weird things down at AQ for a flag on the wall, or oh, there's Murlocs we can deal with, or Moonkin, or Murloc one I actually did do. Trial style I did do. There's a couple of them, but for the most part, the mini holidays haven't been for me. So that really, that kind of new stuff didn't really do anything. But this is story stuff and new areas to go to, and while we won't be able to access everything because it's time gated, it's new stuff. So it'll be interesting.
Scarlett, what are you most excited about?
Pet battles, of course.
If we didn't already figure that out, I mean, anything else?
Pets, collecting them.
New world bosses.
There is a hell of a lot of mounts being added. I'm just saying, I thought for sure you'd be talking about all the different mounts that you can now tell us about.
Those are taken for, of course. But you guys know that when you do the Broken Shore scenario and Khadgar gives you that sparkly pink raven bird to jump on and go to the Broken Shore? Like when you open the Broken Shore, not the Broken Isles, the shore. So that is going to be the new moose mount for the next raid. So it's pretty. But yeah, no, pets. I'm most excited for pets, honestly, because now my Kata raids are going to have something that I can look forward to instead of the stupid mount not dropping for the gajillionth time.
See, my issue with the mounts is the one that I really want is the mythic last boss drop of the next raid.
The gajillion grody faces all smushed together.
I'm going to call him Smiley because he's got lots of faces and he smiles. That's where it comes from. So I either have to spend however many million gold, or I have to get on a team that's actually going to clear it before that, or I have to wait and then hope I get it in a drop later. And I'm like...
So, Asmongold recently released a video that told you how to go back to basically solo Mythic Archimond for a chance at his mount. So that's, a year out, basically? Maybe 2 years out. So in 2 years, you'll have that mount. Or at least have the opportunity to try to get it.
I should go watch that video.
Smiley Cyrus. That is that mount's name. Nice job,
Really?
Elf. Yes, we're saying it right now. That mount is called Smiley Cyrus. Yes, definitely.
Will it come in like a wrecking ball?
Yes.
Damn.
Nice. Okay, all the puns.
It is a wrecking ball.
Speaking of a wrecking ball, there's this one dude, and he did all 36 Mage Tower freaking things, and he has all the weapons and has the achievement to prove it, and I'm totally jelly.
But you know what, though? I've realized, well, you probably knew this already. Now that I say this out loud, it's going to sound really silly because I realize I think I knew this. However, all of the challenges, there's only 4 of them.
Yeah.
Or 3 of them.
There's the tank
so
one,
I guess,
the range one, the melee one, the healer one, and I think the other ranged one.
Yeah, okay, but the thing is, there's a difference between, there's only these 3, 4, I think there's 7 total, to be honest.
Something like that, yeah.
But there's a difference between, there's only these 7 versus I completed it in every spec possible.
No, this person is either an amazing WoW player or has literally nothing else to do and has been doing this ever since they came out. One of those two.
I'm going to guess it's probably a combination of both, because I haven't completed any of them yet. Admittedly, I've only tried way back when. I should probably next time the Mage Tower's up. Which is it still up?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless
I
it,
think
yeah, I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure it's up right now.
Yeah, it is.
But
I might go in now that I have some gear and try it.
hats off to you, Mira. That's pretty amazing, especially since like the Prep Pally one's still hard. Like only it's probably like the top 15% now. Prop Paladins have it. For a while, it was like 1. Some of the other ones are much easier. Like for example, if you have a bear and you've got loofahs, that one's not hard. Don't have loofahs, it's still a little tricky, but it's some of them are still pretty darn difficult for certain classes and certain specs. So hats off. That's amazing. Anyway, so what else we got? Is that everything?
Pet battles.
No, we did that already.
Pet battle.
We did that already too. I don't have anything new. I mean, we've got Lucio Ball for another couple days, like Tuesday. So
I have not played one game of Lucio Ball, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
well, so I've been playing a lot of Overwatch for multiple reasons, not just because, I have another podcast that I do, but I want some of these skins, and I've gotten I don't know how many boxes out of it. Like I've gone through the free 3 out of the arcade for the 9 wins, and then the leveling up. I'm like level 152 or something like that now, which Scar's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I was like 89 before this event, so it's
I
a
didn't
lot.
say whatever.
No,
You just
I know.
said whatever.
I was anyway. What level are you, Scarlett?
475.
No, 360.
Yes, 475.
It's a lot. But there's some skins on there I want, and because you're not getting duplicates hardly ever, I can't buy it because I don't have the credits in game, and I'm not getting the skins. I'm getting a whole lot of like sprays and voice lines and player icons that I don't want.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I've been playing Overwatch. I just have not been doing Lucio Ball. And I know that from a ranking standpoint and from a getting loot boxes standpoint, it's the fastest way to do it right now. But for me, I just didn't have fun.
It's also the fastest way to level. 2 competitive games you level, whereas it takes like 5 normal games to level.
So part of the reason why I don't care about leveling, although I do like having loot boxes, is the higher level you are, usually the better players you have to play against. So I'm
It
good.
depends. Like
Yeah, but it goes
In my
both
case-
ways. Then you don't get moronic teammates. But I digress.
in my
'cause you
case, I'm
do.
going to get the lower ranked people because I'm not very
Mhm.
good. So, there's that. We do have a question from chat for WoW. Is there anything you need to do before Tuesday, besides use up the Nether shards or marks of honor or anything like that?
Not really.
You don't even have to use them up.
No.
Marks of honor are not going any. Excuse me. Marks of honor are not going anywhere. Nether shards are. I mean,
Well,
if you
there's
want to
gonna
be
be-
the most efficient with it, yeah, get rid of them.
There's going to be a new currency, so Nether shards will basically be useless.
Argosite or something like that.
Yeah.
There's the only thing that you want to do is get your emissaries done because they already said they are
Yeah.
resetting.
Which that was something I shared in our Discord earlier. That just do your emissaries before Monday night.
Monday, make sure they're cleared out or as cleared as you want to get them because you're going to get 3 new ones on Tuesday,
Right.
including the new area or
Well,
one of the new areas.
At least you probably will. It could be the Broken Isles one. You might get the because you only get one a day. But
Yeah, but I think they're giving a full set.
No, you'll get
That's-
3 on Tuesday.
right,
Yeah.
but you're gonna get one a day, and you're already choosing out of 5, not including the new areas. So chances are, who knows?
Yes. Another question is how do we start the trip? I presume you're going to get a quest to go talk to Khadgar in Dalaran. It should just pop up.
It'll
They
be a
haven't really
pop-up
told
quest, yeah. And it may not be Khadgar. It might be the other guy.
us. Valen?
You know the guy who hasn't changed his robe in 200 years.
Valen?
Yeah, Velen.
Yeah, probably closer to 10,000 years.
Yeah, so it's a long time to wear one robe.
But yeah, they haven't told us. It's more than likely going to be a pop-up quest. You log in. Oh, go here. Okay.
Yeah.
It might even tell us, like for Alliance, go to the Exodar, or for Horde, go to the Exodar, and it'll give you a zone, a phase.
Go to the extra.
We don't know. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
they're not going there any other way.
So let's go ahead and let you guys know how to get in contact with us. So at Epic Fail Podcast, we do love it when you contact us. So here's the ways that you can do that. We are at www.epicfailpodcast.com. On Facebook, you can find us at /podcastepicfail. Twitter is at podcastepicfail. You can follow Draven at Draven Dresden on Twitter. You can follow Scarlet at Scarlet_CTR. And you can follow me, Theory, at Gank Theory, also on Twitter. Don't forget, you can find our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We look forward to hearing from you. All right. So, last week, at the end of our podcast, we had an announcement for a contest. Hey, Draven, who won the contest?
Well, that's just it. No one entered.
Does that mean I won? Does that mean I get a new mount and I get a new pet?
No. So basically what it is we're going to extend it another week because due to whatever reason, YouTube was having an issue getting the video ready to be published for like the website put out and all that. So I say we extend it another week. I will talk to some people and say, hey, promote this thing and get it out there.
So contest
you'll have until
take
next
2.
Friday. You'll have until next Friday. Next week. One more week. If no one gets it, we will figure something else out instead.
Okay. If you didn't watch the entire episode last week, what it is it's the new combo, which has the new color-changing mount and pet, which was donated to us by one of our viewers in order to give away. The contest was for last week's episode, so not 117, but 116, counting the number of fails and tweeting them at us at our Twitter.
Fails.
So just tweet us the number, and then, yeah, Galv, you were in it. I don't know why you didn't know about it, but anyway, you just tweet us the number of fails that you heard or counted or guess for our last week's episode, and the person who is closest to the actual number wins a mount and a pet. So hopefully we'll actually have some people to choose from on Friday.
And you guys, it's so pretty. If you haven't seen it, you probably have. But that little kitty cat Twilight is cute, and the mount is my favorite mount. So you guys should vote and, enter the contest. So you should do that.
You should always vote. Voting's very important. Now, not really for this contest, but it is an important thing.
Well,
Too bad it wasn't this
Junkrat.
one. It would be a very large number if it was this week's episode. I'm just saying.
Last week we had some fails.
Sure.
Well, the problem with this week is we count the late start as 1 or 10.
Well, yeah.
1 for every minute.
I don't think we want to go up in the hundreds.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. All right, so let's do some shout-outs. Are you ready, Scarlett?
Yes.
You're up.
Oh, what? I have to shout out? What? I'm going to give a shout out to my kitty cat who's over there licking his bum. That's pretty. Thank you, cat. You're lovely. But to be fair, I took the cone of shame off him today. But he was a trooper, and besides whatever he's doing now, he is so friendly. Like, he's so friendly, because before he was getting aggressive, because, like, he would get friendly, and then he'd bite my elbow because he was so friendly. He was, like, a little testosterone-y. So now he's just friendly without the biting. Yay. So shout out to kitty cats who had to go in the cat carrier in the rain. Yeah, shh.
I was friendly
So-
until I started biting you, and then you punished me by cutting pieces of me off. I'm not gonna bite you anymore.
But he's still super friendly. He's more friendly than he was before. He's so cute. So anyways, shout out to brave little kitties. And I hope I never have to do that again because that was frustrating. So shout out to kitties.
All right, Draven.
Well, I was going to give a random shout out to those 3 people I mentioned earlier, but you said someone might have put them up to it, so now I don't want to do that.
Someone didn't put them up to it. Stop being paranoid. Shout out to the peoples.
No, I'm not paranoid. I'm trying to.
What?
No. I'm just annoyed. I am annoyed. I will give a shout out to all the people I randomly played in Overwatch this week who weren't total jerks. I'll use that word. So all 15 of them, because it has not been a good week this week. And of course, the usual chat room and anyone listening, because you gotta, say thank you to them. But Theory.
All right.
How about you?
So I'm going to give a shout out to all of my fellow CTM Raiders, past and present, especially the loyal ones that stuck around when we didn't have enough people, and those that worked really hard to get us back to the point where we could raid. It's a difficult thing because you do this with someone every week, and I think a lot of people who don't play games don't really understand the fact that you basically have 25 or so friends that you hang out with multiple times a week whenever you're on a raid team. So when one of them stops raiding, it's a little weird. So I'll give a shout out to all of them. And then a shout out, of course, to current raid teams, Fire Department and Chickens. And that's it. So.
Extra shout out to Gal for pulling too much trash in Mythic Pluses, even when it's under someone else's name.
Damn.
It's always Gal's fault.
I remember this. This sounds like something I may have heard or said before. It is always Gal's fault.
Dang.
I like it. So, last words for the show?
Kitty.
But why not? It's always Gal's fault.
Kitty.
Okay, bye. Hello, mother.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.